McDonald's to offer cheaper meals because people can't afford to eat fast food. Red Lobster's going bankrupt. This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and marketing expert. Let's get into the story. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. Coming from CNBC, McDonald's $5 value meal is coming in June and staying for just a month. A $5 meal deal, similar to what Wendy's does. Something more affordable. This is from 2021, a $5 biggie bag, which is now $7, and it's actually what I get with my son when we go to Wendy's. 2 of these is like 15 bucks. But McDonald's needs to go even cheaper because customers can't afford to go to McDonald's. Since when could people not afford to go to McDonald's? Even in 2008, I don't remember people saying, hey, I don't have any money, I can't get fast food. Also from CNBC, Walmart says more diners are buying its groceries as fast food gets pricey. And Red Lobster, having announced that they're closing dozens of stores, now they're going to be filing bankruptcy. And bankruptcy is never good. If they file bankruptcy, though, they're hoping to be able to get the cost of their rents and leases reduced because they just can't afford to operate in this economy. From CNBC, McDonald's $5 value meal is coming in June and staying for just a month. McDonald's is planning to offer a $5 value meal in the US and only for a limited time. Why not for more of an ongoing time? Well, because they're not even going to make money, apparently, doing it at $5. At least not enough money. The promotion will include 4 items for $5, a McChicken or McDouble, a 4-piece chicken nuggets, fries, and a drink, and will run for roughly a month, beginning on June 25th, according to a person familiar with the offering who was not authorized to speak about it publicly. Very secret. Quote, we know how much it means to our customers when McDonald's offers meaningful value and communicates it through national advertising. That's been true since our very beginning, and it's never more important than it is today. So says McDonald's in a statement to CNBC. CNBC reported last week that the fast food giant was working to bring a value offering to menus, with details being discussed and voted on by franchisees. Because when McDonald's wants to offer a deal, they need everybody to agree to the deal, and McDonald's doesn't own all of its own restaurants, so their franchisees have to sign on to it. But they've been losing business because people can't afford fast food anymore, and prices for everything keep going up. Just look at this Wendy's deal. It was $5 in 2021. 3 years later, it's $7. Coke is going to join in with them, and they're going to subsidize some of the promotions for this. And why does Coke want to subsidize promotions for McDonald's? Isn't McDonald's a big enough company? They don't have to get handouts from Coca-Cola? Well, Coke sells a lot of soda through McDonald's, but they're not selling a lot of soda if not as many customers are going there anymore. And if Coke is going to keep its numbers up and its profitability up, they need to figure out how to support the people that sell their product. Coke added marketing funds to the equation to make the deal more appealing, CNBC reported on Friday. In a statement on Wednesday, Coke said, we routinely partner with our customers on marketing promotions to meet consumer needs. This helps us grow our businesses together. McDonald's promotion comes at a time when restaurants are finally beginning to feel a long-anticipated consumer pullback. Consumers are getting killed. People are putting a lot on their credit cards. And a lot of the banks have been really easy with handing out credit cards. If you don't need credit cards, stay away from credit cards. They add up too quick. The interest goes up too quick. You don't need them if you can avoid them. Try to avoid them. But in the meantime, from CNBC, long predicted consumer pullback finally hits restaurants like Starbucks, KFC, and McDonald's. Starbucks, Pizza Hut, and KFC are among the chains that reported same-store sales declines this quarter. McDonald's says it's adopting a street-fighting mentality to creating value to win over customers. Outliers like Wingstop and Chipotle Mexican Grill show that customers will still order their favorite foods even if they're more expensive than they were a year ago. True, but something like a Wingstop and a Chipotle is more of a specialty food. It's not like a routine food where you might go there a couple of times a week, at least not most people. Pizza Hut, KFC, McDonald's, especially Starbucks, these are very routine purchases. Starbucks announced a surprise drop in same-store sales for the latest quarter, sending its shares down 17%. Pizza Hut and KFC also reported shrinking same-store sales. And even McDonald's said it adopted a street-fighting mentality to compete for value-minded diners. Starbucks said that bad weather dragged its same-store sales lower. Yum Brands, the parent company of Pizza Hut, KFC, and Taco Bell, blamed January snowstorms and tough comparisons to a strong first quarter last year for its brand's poor performance. But those reasons don't fully explain the weak quarterly results. Instead, it looks like the competition for a smaller pool of customers has grown fiercer as the diners still looking to buy a burger or a cold brew become pickier with their cash. The cost of eating out at quick service restaurants has climbed faster than that of eating at home. Prices for limited service restaurants rose 5% in March compared with the year-ago period, while prices for groceries have been increasing more slowly, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I don't know if that's true. Groceries are pretty incredibly expensive, but at least groceries, you can kind of control your portions better. You can decide if you want to substitute one thing for another, and that's why Walmart's sales are up for groceries. And Walmart stock is doing great because people are trading down to shop at Walmart, whether it's for groceries or other items, because they need to save some money. So a store chain like Walmart will do better in a bad economy. But when it comes to Starbucks or McDonald's, do you really need to go there? You might want to go there, but you don't really need to go there. Chipotle Mexican Grill, whose customer base is predominantly higher income, saw traffic rise 5.4% in its first quarter. And Restaurant Brands International's Popeyes reported same-store sales growth of 5.7%. But what we've seen with the consumer is, if they're feeling pressure, they have a tendency to pull back on more high-frequency quick-service restaurant occasions, according to Wingstop CEO Michael Skipworth. He added that the average Wingstop customer visits just once a month, using the chain's chicken sandwich and wings as an opportunity to treat themselves, rather than a routine that can be easily cut due to budget concerns. Skipworth also said that Wingstop's low-income consumers are actually returning more frequently these days, which means if lower-income consumers are returning to a fancier kind of restaurant, they're doing that instead of something else. Like Walmart, Wingstop becomes a substitution. Even so, many companies in the restaurant sector and beyond have warned consumer pressures could persist. McDonald's CEO told analysts the spending caution extends worldwide. Quote, "It's worth noting that in the first quarter, industry traffic was flat to declining in the US, Australia, Canada, Germany, Japan, and the UK. McDonald's recently reported a mixed first quarter, with US same-store sales slightly missing expectations. Higher prices helped grow average checks, but some consumers pulled back as a result of the steeper costs. Quote, "Consumers continue to be even more discriminating with every dollar that they spend as they faced elevated prices in their day-to-day spending, which is putting pressure on the quick-service restaurant industry," according to McDonald's CEO. He added McDonald's has to be laser-focused on affordability to attract diners. Quote, "Great value and affordability have always been a hallmark of McDonald's brand, and all three legs of the stool are coming together to deliver that at a time when our customers really need it. This is the power and promise of the Golden Arches." According to John Palmaccio, McDonald's owner and operator and chair of the Operators National Advertising Fund, McDonald's needs to do better to compete with Wendy's on these low-priced package deals if they want to have routine customers keep going there, because there's really no excuse. It's not like the food is particularly better than Wendy's. It's not part of their business plan, but they're going to need to make it part of their business plan if they want to keep their customers. Lucky for Red Lobster, they don't have to worry about keeping their customers. They just shut their stores down. They didn't shut them all down, but they shut dozens of them down. From the Wall Street Journal, Red Lobster preparing to file for bankruptcy protection this month. Casual dining chain aiming to restructure agreements with landlords and creditors to trim debt. And I'm confident Red Lobster will get a decent deal with its landlords. If the landlords don't go for it, if not enough of them go for it, it could push them into liquidation. They already shut down several stores. If the landlords don't play ball, there won't be a Red Lobster. And then the landlords will be stuck trying to rent to someone else. There are only so many successful restaurant chains now. There are very few. Red Lobster is expected to file for bankruptcy as early as next week as the casual dining chain seeks to pare down its debt load, according to people familiar with the matter. The biggest U.S. seafood restaurant chain is preparing to file a Chapter 11 bankruptcy petition in Orlando, Florida, before Memorial Day. The company aims to use the bankruptcy process to negotiate concessions from landlords and strike a deal with creditors to continue operating. Moves that could trim hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, they said. Known for its cheddar biscuits and popcorn shrimp, Red Lobster recently closed dozens of its roughly 650 locations. Some of the closed locations spanned around 20 states and included restaurants in Denver, San Diego, Indianapolis, San Antonio, and Orlando. According to Red Lobster's liquidator, because they're selling all the contents of what's in those restaurants, liquidating them, getting rid of them for cash, pennies on the dollar. Orlando is home to the chain's U.S. headquarters. Red Lobster, one of the biggest U.S. full-service restaurant chains by sales, did $2.2 billion in domestic business last year, down 8% from 2022. Red Lobster is the 41st largest U.S. restaurant chain, down from 24th in 2013. Restaurant chains are struggling with declining customer traffic as consumers, especially low-income diners, pull back on spending. Many casual dining chains depend on visits from consumers with incomes of $50,000 or less, a segment of Americans who have in particular reduced visits or order fewer items when eating out, according to industry data. Red Lobster, one of the first U.S. casual dining chains and an innovator in the sector, suffered from strategic challenges. Red Lobster's majority owner, the seafood supplier Thai Union Group, said it had lost too much money on the chain earlier this year and wanted to cut bait. Quote, "We're going to exit. We're not going to inject any more money into Red Lobster." The company wrote down the value of its investment in Red Lobster. And that means they just lost their investment. Whatever money they put up, it's basically worthless. A number of restaurant chains have recently declared bankruptcy or are seeking a sale. High interest rates on debt, a slowdown in consumer spending, and investor cutbacks on food investments are weighing on restaurants' balance sheets, according to filings and restaurant executives. The Tex-Mex chain Tijuana Flats and New York-based Sticky's Finger Joint filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the past month. Chicago-based Dom's Kitchen and Market and Foxtrot Market, grocers with prepared food sections competing with restaurants, abruptly ceased operations last month. Stocks seem to be hitting an all-time high, but the economy is not doing well. People can't even afford to buy fast food. People shouldn't even be eating fast food, but they can't even afford to eat the food they shouldn't be eating. McDonald's should be in a McPanic. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Always love to see your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another story. And if I don't see you, I will miss you. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Always love to see your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another story. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.